Yo, what's going on, folks? It's Commissioner Spencer from the Cup Basketball Tournament. We're playing Biggie for the moment. Tell everybody to get up in here. We're going to have some fun. We got Coach Eddie, Coach Varel Eddie. He's doing his thing. What's up, Mo? Got Biggie going. Nobody remembers this one. With my sidekicks rocking fly kicks. So, we're just trying to get everybody up in the room. Going to get Coach Eddie joining in a second. We're going to have some fun. Coach Eddie, come on in. It's about 8 o'clock. We're going to have some fun this show.
Building. Mike Lloyd.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
Just had to get it started for a second. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How you doing? Keep that Big E going, man. You know, I'm from Brooklyn.
We gotta
keep it going.
We having fun right now, right?
I've been listening to Big E all day.
Yeah, man. I had another track that I did with we did with him because I used to manage artists. So we did a track with him called Think Big. It was Biggie, Lord Tariq, my artist Pudgy the Fat Bastard, and Sadat X. It was a crazy track. It was crazy.
Word?
And
yeah,
I got to find it. I don't have it in this system right now, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to play it another day. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Life is good. I can't complain. Happy, healthy. Same with my family.
Right.
And all the people in my circle. So, I'm happy to say that. I'm blessed to say that. So, other than that, man, how you doing? How's the family?
Everybody's on this side as well too. Got baby girl came from Penn State. She had she had the torn ACL.
Yeah.
She had surgery in November, so she's home now. Everybody's home, but she's home now. She's getting work. So I gave her my truck to let her drive around and deliver flowers. She's working now.
The hustle never stops.
It doesn't. She got a mask on, got her gloves on, and dropping off flowers at the door and all that. And just keep it moving. Getting paid. So. You want to get your own little car? Okay, let's go out and knock this out.
Nah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now we got some folks checking in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my girl Shanae's doing.
Thanks, Shanae. I appreciate that.
Exactly. We check it on each other every once in a while. We send each other out messages. How's everything going and stuff like that. This pandemic. How did this shut you down? I mean, how did it really take you out of your element for this spring season?
Well, I think this year it definitely was unprecedented.
Yeah.
D3, we don't really have much that we can do with our team in the off season. So,
right.
It's not much different in that sense. But the tough part is like usually April, May are big recruiting months for us. So. At Purchase, we're fortunate we have rolling admission. So, when we have unsigned seniors in April, May, and June, I'm like, listen, that works in our favor because we still are accepting kids. But also it's a time to really start, looking at 21s and 22s and figuring out who are the kids you want to go after in the next year. And we just really haven't had that opportunity. But it's made me realize that I need to be better at being ready for the next year before the next year.
True, but like Coach Shanae just said, you're a recruiting machine. You're always out there. So I know this April-May window took you totally shut you down to a point.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say totally shut me down. The one thing I'm always going to do is I'm always going to work and find a way to win. Right. So this is a time where we're getting into the 21 season. Like we're in May now. I'm trying to wrap up the last couple of kids. I got 4 kids that I'm working on to finish up getting them in school right now, with admissions and things like that. And once I'm done with those 4, I'm going to really shift to 21s. And at that point, I got to start reaching out to all the coaches in my network, everybody that I know, and saying, hey, we're looking at 21s. I saw you a kid, and I know there's somebody that we are looking at and want in our program. So, let's start doing everything we can to get them in.
Are you getting more film and more clips and more requests for players to come to you now at this point?
I mean, I've gotten more film and things like that in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Not more than normal, but I think like everybody kind of knows like Coach Eddie gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? I would be
yeah, true.
And so now it's just a matter of like reaching out now and saying like, hey, we need those kids. You know what I'm saying? And your Coach Mo was saying right now he's got a 21 at Powell Prep. So the great part about that is like, you know, he told me about her the other day, and I'm like, I know that kid because she was at our prospect camp last October, and she referred to the camp by one of our alumni, and so she was a kid. She had a great camp, but she was out of there as soon as it was over. But she was a kid that was going to be on our 21 list anyway.
Oh, good. Okay, so at least you got that's the beginning of something right there with that one. That's Absolutely. A good look. Let's go back a little bit. Let's tell people who Coach Eddie is, who Coach Verrell Eddie is. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm a Brooklyn guy through and through. Crown Heights, born and raised. I went to Grand Street for high school. I played football and basketball there, and then went to Cortland for college, where I actually started coaching in college. I started coaching when I was a sophomore in college. I knew I couldn't play at the college level, even though one of my biggest regrets in life is not trying out, because I think I would have showed up for a little while. You know, I might have made it 2 days, but you know, I started coaching early on, and like, you know, somebody asked this question years ago to me. They said, "What do you want your tombstone to say when you die?" Right? And I said, "Here lies Verrell Eddie. He helped his people, you know, and I like to take care of my people. You know, if I mess with you, I mess with you. If I don't, I don't."
There you go.
And even if I don't, it's still all love. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
and that's outside of sports and stuff like that. That's with anything across the board, right?
Yeah, we talking real life here. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And as a coach, you know, like, I'm a guy that wants to take care of my kids. I want to make them become as good as they do. I mean, become as good as they can be, and give them an experience through basketball that they may not have gotten otherwise.
This is true.
What's up, Tom?
A lot of kids.
My sisters are here. I have mad people in here, so I just want to say what up to everybody.
Yeah, please. And anytime you see them pop in, you say something. One thing a lot of coaches do forget is the communication, the connection with their player. How are you dealing with your present team now? Obviously, you can't really deal with the who's future coming in, except like you're dealing with those four, helping with their paperwork and stuff like that. But your present team that just left, how are you communicating with them?
I mean, you know, from alumni all the way to current players, I'm always in contact with my players. You know,
it's nice.
Once you play for me, you mine until forever. You know, and I've
forever.
You know, the job of a coach actually just starts when the player leaves your program, right? So, you know, I'm in touch with most of my alumni. I'm in touch with my current team. You know, we meet once a week on Zoom. You know, just to check in, and really, it's not even really about basketball during that time. I'm like,
that's good.
We started off with sharing something positive with each other because there's so much negativity going on right now.
True.
And, you know, they need to hear from each other. And sometimes I just leave them and let them talk about whatever show they watching. And I'm like, yeah, y'all keep talking. I'll talk to you later. But, you know, I'm always checking on them, making sure they're good. With my alumni, you know, everybody's always, I'm like, yo, call me for whatever, whenever.
You just brought that up about the alumni. Do you have any returning players coming back to kind of help you coach or be one of your coaches since you started in college?
Yeah.
You know, do you have any of them coming back and helping you?
So I have had them come back in the past. And, you know, I've been on these lives, and, you know, keeping coaches is difficult, right?
True.
When kids are young and out of school, like, you know, they're trying to get this money. And
they're trying to pay. True.
Yeah, and anybody that knows anything about coaching it doesn't pay.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to be a millionaire coaching basketball or coaching any sport, and you really got to do it for the love of the game. But once these kids find out that, you know, this is something that they want to do, that's always an option. I am a firm believer, though, that a kid needs to leave for a little while. You know, I think it's hard to go from being like, I was your teammate last year, we hung out every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your coach, and you got to listen. Like, nah, you need to step away, learn something new, hear somebody different, be led by somebody different, and then come back. You know. So
almost reset. Get that where she graduated from. Kind of let that go out, and then come back to something fresh, brand new that they can kind of start off with the respect and everything as a coach.
Absolutely, and I mean, like, it doesn't have to be right away. It doesn't have to be 4 or 5 years. It could be a year or two. A year or two. Right. Like, yo, come on back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, where we are in Purchase, like, a lot of my kids are from the city, so it's a little bit more difficult to get them up there, you know, when they got real jobs and things like that.
Right.
And Josephine, so there's a player that just came in, my girl Josephine. I coached her at a camp this summer, and she's from Luxembourg. So, you know, we got the international flag going
nice
now. She's a really good player, man. Talented kid from overseas.
Nice. So it's like, okay, again, I just asked about your staff. So now your coaching staff, is it just you? Is it you and an assistant from the school?
So I have 2 assistant coaches.
Okay.
Coach Q, Quentin Merritt, we actually started coaching together in Cortland.
Okay.
He was the first I was his assistant when we were coaching our
nice.
team up there. And then I got Coach Ron James on staff as well.
Okay.
He used to be the head coach at York, and now he's up there being an assistant with me.
That's nice. So you started as a sophomore in college. What made you become a coach? I mean, besides you said you didn't try out, but you should have tried out.
Yeah. Like, I just love the game, you know, and I realized something was missing. Like, I played college football for a year, and I like football. Right?
Really? Okay.
No one wants to practice football for 6 days a week, and if you do, you got to love it. I don't love it, but I like it, right? I love basketball, and I needed a way to get back to the game. So, you know, that's what I did. Yesterday, my assistants are part-time. Part-time.
Yeah, that's another thing. So now, you at the school, are you full-time?
No, I'm not. I'm part-time as well. So
you got a regular 9 to 5.
Full-time job working as an advisor at a high school in the South Bronx.
There you go. Yeah. That I remember too. I just wanted you to put that out there, let people know. Again, we're going back to with the whole thing. The coaches, this is what we want to do. We love to do this.
Absolutely. I didn't get
teach and educate.
I started coaching at 19 years old, and I didn't get my first paycheck from coaching until I was 22 or 23.
Wow.
And I remember exactly how much it was. I coached a 5th grade team in Cortland.
Yeah.
You know, while I was doing a townie year, because I wasn't in school, but I was just up there trying to get back into it. And I made $137.46.
My man, you were balling.
Entire season.
You were balling.
So don't get it twisted, though. My team won the championship, all right?
There you go. That was the best 143 you made, right? Yep. That's nice. Now, with your recruiting style, I know I've seen you because that's how we've got to really know each other. Absolutely. You've been at a lot of AAU games, a lot of tournaments, a lot of street ball stuff. But are you only looking at PSAL, college, Catholic high school, AAU teams? What's attracting you to come see them play?
I'm across the board, man. Like I'm definitely not pigeonholed to any area. Like if there's a kid in the Catholic school that I saw in the circuit and I think she's interested, she fits what we do. I'm going to Cardinal Spellman Gym. You see me in there. Right?
Yeah, yep.
I'm gonna be all over the PSAL. I'm a PSAL kid. I graduated from New York City, so like I know where to go. I know who to call. I know where to be. You know, it's hard with practice and being and purchase, but when I can, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And the AAU tournaments kind of just give us a really good foundation to see a lot of kids. You know, and I recruit. You know, I'm pretty much recruiting like Rockland County and under right now.
Okay.
We've had recruits on our list from Albany. We've had recruits from Syracuse. You know, I don't discriminate. Like if you want to come to purchase and I want you at purchase, I'm gonna shoot my shot until you say, "No, I'm going somewhere else."
That's nice. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that before? Mike Lloyd, Central Bronx Storm kids.
Yes. Bronx Storm kids. Yeah, we got one that I still want. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
I can't say that. You know, she's on the team right now.
We'll talk. Oh yeah. Okay, we talk later. I tell you this though, and there were possibilities. They were on the table. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, other little things that changed their minds, but it was right there. So that's not going to end. We got future. So don't worry about that part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you miss the spring and obviously the summer's going to be ended also? But are you going to miss that? Like, I know I'm a junkie. I'm a basketball junkie.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to miss that traveling from park to park to park to gym to gym to gym?
So in the spring, I'm gonna miss it. Like I'm missing it right now. Like usually, you know, we should all be either in Atlantic City or was at Atlantic City or
something like that. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, I miss that part because this is when you get to see really good basketball. Like kids are trying and kids are moving up, and those seniors are out and like
that's true.
Seniors and sophomores trying to let everybody know, like, yo, I'm here. You need to be paying attention. Like this is probably some of the best basketball you see in the spring. Like secret fact, like I don't want to say I take the summer off. But I enjoy coaching my basketball camp. I work Hoop Mountain basketball camp.
Okay.
I enjoy coaching that camp. It really gives me an opportunity to just give back to the game. So
nice. Can any kid go to that?
Any kid can come to our camp at Hoop Mountain. It's at SUNY Oneonta.
Okay.
And
promote it. Go ahead. Put it out there.
The SUNY Oneonta is the Hoop Mountain New York Girls Super Week and
Okay.
Offensive Skills Camp. They're usually 2 weekends apart. It's about 6 or 7 days in total. One camp is like 4 days. One camp is 3 days. We get kids that just want to come learn the game and get better. We get kids that are really good, and we need to take them to another level.
Good.
You know, and I enjoy working it because you get to make a real good connection and teach kids basketball. Like, and I also use the time to like figure out what I'm going to do with offense for my team the next season. But like, I enjoy that. You know, one of the camp alumni, she's from Spain, so we get some international kids every year, right? And she's from Spain, and I had her on my team, and she was an absolute phenomenal talent. And I remember the Ithaca College coach, he came to do some guest speaking, and he said, hey, you know, I'm interested in that girl. And I said, Dan, I hate to tell you, that girl is the Division I player. And he was like, really? I was like, yep. And she went to Blue Chip the following weekend. And a couple months later, she got offered by Monmouth.
Nice.
She played at Monmouth for 2 years, and now she just transferred to NYIT.
Okay.
You know, like, she's a super talented player, but, you know, I don't get to meet that kid and build a great relationship like that.
If you don't have the camp.
If I don't go to camp. I love it.
Right.
So normally I'm in camp, and then when I get back, you know, if God works out well, I go on vacation, and then I see a couple championship games, and then the summer's done. It's back to work. So
now let me ask you a question. Did you actually get that word down that the camp is not happening? Is that definite, dead, or it's still in the air?
I actually spoke to the camp director today.
Okay.
It's not dead in the water just yet. But, I mean, the deadline
it's skirting the line right there.
June 1st is not looking good.
Okay. Because then a lot of parents probably not trying to send their kids also.
No, these parents are definitely trying to send their kids. They've been home with their kids for 3 months.
They gotta get out, go someplace.
Go away. But yeah, you know, we'll see in a couple weeks, man. I hope it's not canceled, but you know, if it is, you know, we'll figure out a way.
Gotcha. So now over the next season. So now we're not even talking about 2021 right now. We're talking about 21-22 right now.
Yeah.
What are you looking for with that team right now? How many players you got coming back? Let's start with that.
I got 7 girls coming back for next season.
That's a good core.
Yeah, man. This is the most we've had come back since I've been there. You know.
How long have you been at Purchase?
I'm going into my 5th season now. So,
5th season. Okay.
You know, we've had some early success. We made the playoffs 2 years ago.
Right.
We knocked off St. Joe's Brooklyn in the first round in a pretty big upset.
Nice.
And it was great to win at home. You know, but the tough part is like we lost 6 seniors after that. So we had a bunch of girls coming in. We had a really young team. We had 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores. And
really?
One junior, yeah. And so coming into next year, like we got pretty much all of that back. I got 1 girl leaving the program. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, like I'm just trying to like prepare for what next season look like. I see Mo say, "Are you worried about if there'll be next season?"
Yeah, that's a big question.
Honestly, I think winter sports should be okay. I think that I think it's gonna be tough for the fall sports because it takes some time. But you know, even if it's a shortened season, I think the winter sports would get a chance to go out there.
Good, yeah. And Coach Jordan said you got his girl Julie over there with you, right?
Yeah, man. Well, I've known her dad. Since I was 15 years old. Get
out of here.
Well,
wow. He also said he's still working on the other project for you too. He said he's still working on it.
Okay.
So you see,
we're doing what you talk about.
Okay. So now we already talked about that. You recruit from wherever.
Yep.
Do you see more talent out of CHS, Catholic High School or public school? I know you're a public school kid, but do you see where the talent that see come from?
Honestly, like this is what I'll say. I think in the Catholic School League, like there's some higher level talent, right? Like you might get a couple more scholarship kids in the Catholic school world, right? But that's not to say it's not happening in the PSAL. But I think across the board, they're both pretty even, and you can find quality players. I think with the Catholic school, there's a lot less to choose from. There's less schools in the CHSAA than it is in the PSAL.
This is true.
PSAL, you can always go find a diamond in the rough. You know, one of my freshmen last year, she finished her year amazingly. She started our last 7 games, and she was at Thomas Edison High School. You know, and nobody was looking over there, but she gave an unsigned senior showcase. She did well, and I was like, I want that kid on my team. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
We made it happen. So, but I think it's the same thing in Catholic school. You can find a kid who, you know, is playing at a Catholic school and not too many people know about her. And then next thing you know, wow, she pops up at the right program and she's a
That's
star.
true. Well, that's the thing. As a coach, my position, a JV or a varsity coach in high school, they got to look at the player that fits your program. A Coach Linda's program, a Coach Bitter's program. You know what I'm saying? They got to look at, okay, where is it? It's going to be D3. It's going to be D2, D1. Does this player really fit that? I'm honest with a lot of my kids, even from 7th and 8th grade. My girls on varsity from St. Teresa School. I tell them none of y'all are good enough to play to the next level. Just to get them almost pissed off at me, to make them, Coach, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Prove me wrong. I want that. You know.
Right. No,
if you really want it, you know, you do it.
The other thing though is like we need more coaches to be straight up and down honest with their kids about where they are. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
Parents understand, and you know, like not every kid is a scholarship player. That is as real as it gets. You know,
yes.
Not a lot of scholarships being given out every year. On top of it, right? Like, you know, we tell these kids at Division I, Division II, they scholarship level players, and it's like,
exactly.
You know, how do we know this kid's a scholarship level player? Like, are they competing well against scholarship level talent? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Are they being recruited by scholarship programs? Because if they're not, like, then we need to figure out like how to tell this kid, like, hey kid, I know you want to play at UConn, but it's March of your senior year. Gino's done.
Well, here's the other side. You're a nice guy. Coach Eddie's a nice guy. We don't really hear him barking, screaming, everything. But you want to go play for UConn. Do you know who Coach Gino is and what he does?
I don't know if any of my players are in here, but there's a switch on game day. You know?
No. We all had that switch. Yes, I get it.
Right. But
and you know what? Some have that switch in practice too.
Yeah, like listen, if my team knows if I start barking in practice, because I think our practice is our practices are about teaching and getting our kids better. Right?
Okay.
Like that's what our practices are about, and preparing to win the game. You know what I'm saying? So we do a lot of teaching and development in our practices. But if I start barking in practice, that means somebody ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and y'all not focused, and we not trying.
Yeah, I see that. I see somebody Burke Lavender don't get coach confused. He can bark.
Oh, they seen it.
Good. Well, now
it's never demeaning. It's just demanding, and sometimes I get a little hot. And you know, the one thing I pride myself on as a coach is just owning excuse my French. I own my shit. You know what I'm saying?
You have
this
to.
season, you know, I had a moment where I spazzed on the girl during.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? She looked at me and she said, "Whoa," and I realized at that point I went too far. Right?
Okay.
And as soon as the game was over, we won. We had our post game talk, and I said, before I leave, I told her, stand up. I said, I'm going to apologize to you. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. I gave you too much, and all of it wasn't yours. That was the frustration for 3 quarters.
Gotcha.
My bad. And you know what? We hugged it out, and we're good.
And it's done. It's over.
And we're done.
Next game. But see, that's the respect between the coach and the player. You know, see, at the same time, you knew that you went a little too far, but at the same time, you knew you can go far with that particular player. Not every player could take something like that. Some players hear that and shut down. Like, I'm done. I can't do anything. I'm done. She could be the best player on the court. I'm done. He just yelled at me. I'm done. You know,
as a coach, you got to know how to deal with every player, like specifically, so you can get the most out of them. You
got to have a psychology degree. You know. At least have some lessons.
I'm a psychologist. I'm a social worker. I'm a relationship counselor. I'm a
banker.
A home ec cook. I'm not a banker because I'm only good with our money. You know what I'm saying? But we wear every hat. Like I will sit in my office and help a kid write an essay if I have to. Like, or we can sit down and just have a talk about, you know, what your life decisions are going to be. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to stay for 10, 20 minutes after practice, even though we practice super late at night, I'm going to stay 20 minutes after practice just to make sure.
So now, with that being said, it's like, do you have issues with, remember, we didn't have social media when we was coming up playing ball. We didn't have none of that stuff, nothing, period. The most we had was maybe a beeper, you know, maybe. and it was too much time in between getting that beep, trying to find a payphone, and trying to call to my back. Yeah, so now it's like, okay, social media is instant. Somebody yelled at me. Somebody called me this. Do you have issues like that with your team? Nothing.
I'm fortunate that we have not had social media issues on our team.
Good.
We don't have girls like talking crazy and like posting things. And
Okay.
the one thing I let them know very early on, my first year, I was like, player problems are player problems, right? And I empowered our captains and our older players that are leaders on our team to set the example for our younger players. So if we had any of that, they dealt with it the way they're supposed to.
Basically in their house first.
Right.
Before it came to you.
And, you know, and I tell them all the time, like, listen, you can come to me and I hope you tell you what you need to do to deal with it. But like, y'all are players. Like, if I tell you don't talk about each other on Instagram, it doesn't work compared to if players are saying like, yo, we got to figure out how to coexist with one another, you know, and we're big on like, you know, we talk to people with respect in the way we want to be spoken to. So
exactly.
If somebody gets out of line and they start talking to their teammates the wrong way, I'm going to check them first before their teammates do, because we ain't doing that.
Hey, Coach Ant, real quick. Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan. One day I'm going to show my whole basement. It's crazy.
Yo, y'all know the Knicks used to practice at Purchase.
Exactly. And I used to work for FedEx before all of this, and I was always up there hanging out with Coach Thibodeau, hanging out with Coach God, the tallest one, the Nick, the coach, the player, Herb Williams. Damn, I couldn't get his name. Yeah, good dude, real good dude. And I used to do my partners is Chubb Rock and Bent Rock from BLS. We did Allen Houston's birthday party a couple of times.
Oh, nice.
The whole Knick team, they're crazy. I mean, they're regular guys like you and I. They're crazy, you know. So now, with the talking about the social media, to talk about anything else team-wise, with the NCAA new regulation of not mandating a coach or an administrator to say something. What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was reading, so I read up a little bit on it, and I'm a little conflicted. Like, I feel like no matter how much we want to say that our college kids are adults, they're not. Like, they're not. And sometimes they're gonna need, you know, they're gonna need somebody to do things for them.
Hey, you might have to move your phone.
Hold up, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Am I good now? Am I back?
Okay, yeah, you just went out. Okay, you're back now. I think you're back now.
Okay. Somebody give me a thumbs up if y'all can see me.
Yeah, you're good. I see you now.
Okay. So,
all right.
So I just think, I feel like our job as coaches is to protect our kids, you know, not only from others, but from themselves, you know, and we need to do what's best in the best interest of that kid. But I mean, at the end of the day, for myself, like, I'm going to take care of my kids, and we're going to do whatever we got to do. That's the best thing to make sure that they're safe. And, you know, we're making sure their safety is paramount. Like, you as a parent, you've entrusted your child to me in my school for the next 4 years. Like, I'm going to make sure, like, I do right by them.
And see, and me as, not even as a coach, but me as a parent of a player, that's how I think. I like to have a relationship with the coach, because if you see something, hear something, you might, hey, coach, hey, dad, you might want to check with your daughter. Just ask, how's she doing or whatever. You know, because I heard something in the locker room. I heard something on the van or the bus going to a game or something like that. You might want to just check. That's not snitching. That's not telling or that's kind of giving a heads up.
It's also, you also want to get to a point where you have a relationship with your players where they know they can come tell you anything that's going on.
That's true.
So my doors, they know I have a very open door policy. You know, and like if you need to talk about something that's a little bit tougher, we'll close the door. You know,
not bad.
Like, they know I'm here for them, and like if there's something going on, like, they know I don't like surprises. So I tell my team, if there's something going on and I'm gonna hear about it, tell me first so that we can prepare for it. And if there's something going on that, you know, has something that's affecting you, I need to know so I can help you be better.
Okay, SUNY Purchase.
Yep.
We have a player like Mo just said. He might have somebody from Powell Perk, right?
Yep.
What is the attraction for that player to go to SUNY Purchase? I mean, I know you've already talked about it, but what's the attraction? What is going to tell her, like, yeah, I'm going there?
Well, obviously, you know, they're student athletes, so I got to give you both sides of it. On the academic side of things, you know, we're a smaller school, so we got a school population of about 4,000 students. So we got small classes. The teachers and the professors are super engaged with their kids. You know, they make sure that their kids are doing well, and you can ask them for anything, ask them for help at any time. And I think like it helps with that transition from high school to college, where you can have professors that are all about that. We also just have a really diverse campus community. There's a little bit of everything at our school, and there's an opportunity to be a part of a little bit of everything. And you're going to get challenged in the classroom. Basketball-wise, like, you're coming into a family. Like, you know, we talk about it, and people talk about it, but it's real for us, you know. And we're going to take care of each other. You know, family fight sometimes, but we're going to be okay. And you're going to have an opportunity to play really good basketball, grow as a player, as an athlete, as a leader on our team, you know, and you're not going to be the same player you were when you walked in. And, you know, we're going to have some amazing experiences along the way. You know, my first year, we actually do a team retreat every year. You know? Really? Yeah. So the first year we did it overnight, and we were away in the woods. The last couple of years we've done it at our assistant coach's house, because he pretty much has a football field in his backyard. And we do team builders and icebreakers, and eat and break some bread and get ready for our season. You know, whenever we go on a road trip that's overnight, we're going to dinner, phones away, use a fork, right? Nice. And, you know, I took my team to a Liberty game last year as a group, you know, at the county center. You know, an alumni actually just sent me a picture today. A couple of years ago, I had them involved in a USA basketball clinic at Mount Vernon High School. And then this year, like, you know, if all goes well, right, and season starts on time, we should be playing Division I U Albany, right? So we're playing, like, I'm trying to give my kids the best experiences they can have through basketball. Like, when you come to Purchase, you're going to have that. You're going to get pushed. You're going to get challenged. You're going to get better. And we're going to be successful. And then at the very end, you're going to graduate. Now,
I'm glad you said that. So I know the school is probably on it, but you as a coach, you're deep on the education as well, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Like, my kids know they got to do what they need to do in the classroom, and it's not going to be like, are you doing okay? All right, cool, great. You know, like, I'm checking them with their books all the time. We start study hall for our team the first week of school. You know, they are back in study hall as a team as soon as we get back. You know, athletics mandates 2 hours. I mandate more, sometimes between 4 and 6, depending on the group. You know, and I mean, we definitely have some kids that have stumbled. And And that's when I put on my advisor hat, and we sit down and we make a plan to get them back. And, you know, every kid that has, you know, gotten into academic trouble and followed my plan, they all back in the academic standard. And, you know, our kids are graduating. We've graduated almost every kid that's come through the program since I've been there.
See, that's the part that, as a parent, I want to hear. You know, as a coach, it's great because, you know, you put the kid there, and then the parent that's trusting you, like, no, I trust that guy. Trust me, the kid is going to have fun, going to play some sports, and graduate. That's all the parent really wants to hear at the end of the day. Yep. Okay. Culture of chemistry for your team. Culture of chemistry. What works for you?
I mean, culture is every day, man. You got to build it every day, and you got to go back to it every day. You know, the culture is the foundation of it. And, you know, I'm a big culture guy myself. I make sure that our culture is up to par. I'm always empowering my leaders to, you know, uphold the culture. You know, so when we talk about our 3 core values of heart, pride, and family, like, it's on our older kids to teach the younger ones what that means, what it looks like, how it feels, what it sounds like. Right. And, you know, when they go into the guiding principles, we got a bunch of them, but guiding principle number 1 is, you know, you represent your school, yourself, your team, and your family. Make sure that you don't do anything that'll come across negatively against those 4 things. And you hear those kids preach that, right? But now on the other side of it, you need really good chemistry in order to win.
True.
Right?
True.
Like, you can't win and be super successul if you don't have good chemistry on the court. So they kind of go hand in hand. They're separate but equal.
They got to trust each other. They got to have that trust too.
They got to know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
If I don't know what you like to do on the court, if I don't know what you're strong at, then I can't play with you and be as effective as we need to be.
That's true. I know we said you had talked about your camps at Oneonta, but do you do any specific coaching clinics or player clinics or something like that at Purchase?
We've done it for the past 2 seasons now, and when we get back, we'll do it. I'll speak on that in a second, but we have a prospect camp every October.
Right.
We have a prospect camp every October where we invite kids to come out and they can play, you know, with other high school kids, along with, you know, get coached by some of our girls. and our coaching staff as well, so they can get to know us, know what it's like play on our court. And you know, last year I think we charged $65 per kid, and it was a really good turnout. We had about 50 kids. You know, we had PSAL, CHSAA, you know, upstate. You know, we had a lot of kids coming to camp, so that was a plus. So that's something that we're going to keep doing. But also, you know, my goal when this is over, you know, my ADs is probably not going to be too happy with this, but I just want to have open gyms when we can get back in the gym.
I was going to ask that. Yeah, I was going to ask that. Because you guys really don't have an open gym like that, right? It's just your prospect camps, right?
Yeah, it's just our prospect camp. But, you know, like, I mean, there's a lot that goes on in our facility, so it's hard to, like, book some time. But I'm going to book some time. The community is going to need that. The kids are going to need that. Like, we don't need to rush back and be trying to play full speed up and down college level basketball and high school level. You know, like, we need to ease into it, and you can do that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of kids right now who are not doing their workouts. They're not getting their body right. How big are you on a cardio, on getting besides the basketball in their hand?
Yeah, you got to sneak it in. you got to sneak it in. You know, most of our drills are full court up and down. You know, they know what's coming. You know, we have some meaningless running things that we do, but we try to make it fun. You know, we try to make it work.
Okay.
But you can't compete if you're not in shape. Like, that's
true.
One thing.
I actually, somebody, Coach A's, is asking about building their confidence and their mental part. I just saw that just now.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of the way you do it. Hey, you know, me and Coach A, we coach together at Grand Street. And the way you kind of have to do it is you kind of have to give kids goals that they can accomplish that are realistic. You know, if a kid is coming
per player, you can't do a whole team goal because not everybody could accomplish certain things.
The individual goal should lead into the team goal, right?
Got it.
But if I have a player that's struggling with her confidence, I'll just remind her what she's good at, and then tell her to go do those things. Like, and that's what I want to see from you, and let them know that they can do that, and then now get them to work on some other things as they keep going. You don't want to just like, you need to do 19,000 things. Like, no, I need you to do these 3 and be really good at those 3. And then when you get good at those 3, we'll add 2 more.
And build from there.
Yep.
Okay. Do your coaching style, offensive or defensive?
Yeah, I'm an offensive coach. I can't lie. It's all about
you said that quick too.
Yeah, I can't.
Really?
Because if I said I was a defensive coach, my girl Arda just joined. She just graduated from us. She'd be like, "Coach is lying. He's all about offense." Right? but both of my assistants have been tasked to make sure they pay attention to the defensive side.
Right.
And I see it, you know, and I come up with, you know, things that I want us to do on the defensive end, but, you know, I see the offense and I look at it, you know, and I was talking to someone earlier today, and, you know, when the board is in my hand at the end of the games, who knows what I'm going to draw up, but, you know, it's probably going to be something pretty good, right? Good.
Yeah, Arda just said it, yeah. Coach Ron focused on defense. See, because I like defense. I love defense. Mm-hmm. Do you have a specific big that we're going to run everything through her in the paint or on the side?
Nah, like, we haven't had a post player since I've been at Purchase, really, but also, like, that's not my style of coaching. Like,
gotcha.
I want long, athletic, lanky forwards who can get up and down so we can run the ball. Like, I want my 5s to defend the rim, protect the paint, grab every rebound, and make easy layups because we're going to be dumping things off. You know, this past year, Arda's in here. We ran our offense through Arda. She's a super talented, unique player. She's a 6-foot guard who can shoot it, pass it, and then she also was 7th in the nation in blocks per game. So, you can't
go wrong with that.
Yeah,
good job, Arda.
We put the ball in her hands all the time, and you know we know that when it goes into her hands, the defense has to pay attention, and she's gonna make the right play.
Good. See, because basketball, no matter what level of basketball right now, everything is so offensive. Everything is positionless. There's no bigs. There's no power forwards in the paint anymore. There's no more Tim Duncans and Patrick Ewings and David Roberts. There's no more of those. You got the KDs who are shooting from half court, you know, and all the kids want to be that, you know. I guess.
Well, you could be that. The last put in the work to be that, right? Like,
of course. Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? If you put in the work to be that, and you're going in the gym and you're putting up 300-400 jump shots, you know, working on your handle, by all means, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I am not the coach that is going to confine you and put you in the box. right? The box I'm going to put you in is the box that you can create. Like, if you are good at this, do it, right? So, like, on my team, we got a rule. I'm like, if you open, you shoot it. We shoot too much in practice to not take the shot, right?
Yeah, but see, then, okay, now with that being said, in a game, you look at that player, I know she's going to take the shot, and then she hesitates. Now, but in that half a second she hesitates, defense jumps on her. Now you're looking like, damn, you take 50 of those in the practice just yesterday. Why couldn't you shoot that one? What made you hesitate?
You know what's going to happen to that player? She gonna look at the table because she know her sub is coming. But it'll be quick, and then we'll just say, "Why didn't you take that shot? You were open."
Right.
No, blah blah blah. But don't think. Just react.
So, and I say that a lot to some of my players. Like, do me a favor, don't think on the court, because when you start thinking, you overthink, and you give defense a jump on top of you because you're thinking about something. If you just play your sport, play your game the way. That's why I picked you, and that's why we developed this to let you play your game. Then play your damn game.
Well, see, a part of it too, though, right, is I think, especially in girls basketball, and I think Coach Shanae is about to get crazy when I say this, but she might agree with me. I think youth girls basketball is overcoached. Like,
okay, go ahead.
You get these coaches that are coaching, you know, the 5th and 6th grade team, and they got 5 plays, and they run the 1-2-2, and on offense they run in the Warriors offense, and it's like, timeout. Let's not teach these kids plays. Let's teach these kids how to play. Right?
Okay.
Because if a kid knows how to play, they can run any offense. Because they know how to play the game of basketball. So, and you'll see it in the youth. Like, when you go to your next AU tournament, Spence, I want you to go to, like, the 12U court or the 14U court and watch these girls playing plays and running plays and not playing basketball. Right? When it breaks down and the play doesn't work, well, what are we going to do? What's the next thing you do?
They get frustrated. I get what you're saying. They're almost programmed like robots to a point.
Yeah.
They know to get into their 1-2-2, but they're running back. And I'll agree with you on that, because I have a lot of kids who they run back to their spot, turn around, and their hands are up, getting ready to do whatever they're going to do. I'm like, what? How come you're not backpedaling? At least backpedal. Slowly backpedal so you don't trip, but backpedal so you can see where the ball is going to be, because that other team might be faster than you. They might pass the ball, and the ball may never touch the court.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the time you turn around, the ball is going for a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shanae, she's probably right, but I like to see a little more. Remember, I'm also coaching 7th and 8th grade, so by 7th and 8th grade, I do teach a couple of plays. Yeah, I do teach a couple of defensive schemes and stuff like that, but they should have already known the basic stuff from 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Basic.
Right. I mean, so like I started playing basketball when I was 9, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what I was doing playing basketball until I was about 16, right? But everybody just said, "Oh, you big, play the post," right? And it's like, but what else do I do, right? I don't know what to do, and so we got to teach kids what to do, like, you know, like what do you do? Okay, so like you know, Sir Betty Yako and John Jay basketball, right? Coach Day, they just said, you got to know the fundamentals. You got to know the fundamentals of playing. If you get closed out on, what do? You rip through and you one dribble pull up, right?
Yep.
You rip through, you go to the basket. If you can't, why are you driving baseline if you can't get to the baseline? Don't pick your dribble up in the corner. And so we get so many of these kids that don't know those things. They're like, wait, the play didn't work. I don't know what to do now, right? Right. Like, you know, it's fine to throw in a couple plays, but it should be something very simple so that they know how to play off of that. Right? Not okay, there's 7 options on this play.
Yeah, but here's the other side. On the defensive side, where you get a lot of kids who foul out because they didn't shift. They're not on the balls of their feet. They're not bouncing. They're just standing flat foot, hands down. Now the girl just did a cross, went right past you, and what do? Your natural reaction is to chase her and foul. And now you got 3-4 quick fouls in the first half, and now you're sitting on the bench and upset why you're not playing. And your parents are sitting looking on the other side of the court, like, how come my kid is not in? It's like, did you see what your kid just did?
Right.
You know,
but then now it's on us as coaches to teach them what they need to do next, right?
True,
right?
but not during a game, obviously.
This is how you don't foul. This is how you defend without fouling.
Yeah.
And the players that get that, they become better. The players that don't, get ready to grab the Gatorade cups. You know what I mean?
That's true. Passing cups out.
Hold up, Coach Warner from Monroe said, even at our level, we can't assume that these players know fundamentals. That is a fact.
Oh, that's 100%.
You got to go to the basics every time.
That's 100% true, because a lot of times you look at a player and you try to figure out, like, okay, you have 2 steps to make it to the for a layup. 2 simple steps. That's it. You don't have to travel. Stay on the balls of your feet. Left-handed layup is in your left hand. You know, basic stuff like that. But that's also not spending a whole lot of time on that either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so now if you do an open gym, are you just kind of tossing the balls to the court and say, go and let me watch everybody see who's who?
Yeah, it's open gym. I'm not even like, I literally, so you know, in Division III rules, we can't like have
that's true.
Open, right? I can't be there recruiting and things like that.
Well, the head coach can't. Can the assistant coaches kind of be around to moderate, I guess?
Nope.
Really?
With no contact with our team until October 15th, right?
Gotcha.
So they on their own, but like, listen, go hoop. Y'all know what y'all got to work on. Like my team, we have exit meetings every year. And we tell you what your strengths were, what you need to get better at, what I want you to be really good at, and what you weren't so good at, and so that you know exactly what you need to work on in the offseason.
Right, and it's funny. John Jay just said one thing, that so many youth coaches let the better players get away with things as long as they help them win.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of coaches, we had a couple of sections before.
AAU it's not about winning. Like, no one remembers who won the AAU national tournament 3 years ago.
No.
Or last year for that. Like it's about getting kids an opportunity to play, get exposure, and learn the game and become better at it and love it. Like,
now, is that wrong? Is that good or bad though? What's your opinion on that? No more winning. Who cares about winning? I need this kid to get better.
Oh no. You want to win the game because it helps kids. It helps kids like learn how to play in those situations, right? Like the game is about winning, right? But like, you as a coach, you as a program. You shouldn't be mad about winning or losing, and that should not be the focus of your AAU program, right? Like, what do you do? You got a trophy. Y'all won this tournament. But did your players get better, right? Are the things that you've been working on, have they improved in that, right? Like, if Like, if your player, right? What's the girl? Brianna, right? On your team, at House of Sports, I said, yo, you got to take that shot with 6 seconds to go, right? So now, fast forward, the next time you play, and she's in that situation, she should have moved in that area.
That's true.
As opposed to, did we win or lose the game? Like, no, I need you to get better at that. You need to get better at that as a player.
That's true. That's so true. Now, I tell you, all right, we got about, I don't know, 6-7 minutes so far, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we already talked about what you're looking for, and you're doing your open gym and stuff like that, but how can people get in touch with you when it comes down to, okay, I know coaches up, and not just for a player, but could be a coach. Coach may not even know, okay, that Coach Eddie is up at SUNY Purchase, but now, okay, I have a line to him now.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm always down to give out my number. My phone number, 347-512-9047. Also, my email is varel.eddie@purchase.edu. But also, like, you can hit me on Instagram. I'm not a big poster, but I am here, right? So if you find me on the gram and you want to say, hey, Coach, I'm interested in your school and I want to learn about it, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Send me however you do it. What's up, Mark? Another good dude in the B-ball world. You know, it's big fun. Do it. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's the way you do it. Yeah, Mark is a good dude. Now, with us not having New York Cup this summer, you know, it shut us down. We're looking for the fall. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We had a lot of new talent come through, middle school and high school. You know, so we're gonna play with that and make sure that you're there. Thanks for putting your info up there too. Because we're gonna keep this up and we're gonna keep having these conversations. I know you've been checking with us. You saw, you know, the Hoops of the Sun was with us and Coach Linda Day, and we're gonna keep doing these things.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We have to have, you know, communication with everybody.
Right. And I think the biggest thing, right, is like, you know, when we looking at coaches, high school level, college level, AAU, the biggest thing, like the biggest coaching advice I ever received was, it's not about you, right? And once I realized that this game ain't about me, like I'm about my kids and trying to make them better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Trying to get them where they need to go, but also like, let's take our time during this time. Let's use this time wisely to make our players better. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
it might not be on the court. It might be the mental side of it.
Well, it's funny. I'm going to add to that. We got to make ourselves as coaches better too.
Amen to that.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, it's a lot of times I've sat down and I've read a couple of books, or I went online and saw some new video clips. USA Basketball, Coach Mo, I'm still going through a lot of those clips that we had from Coach Van Gundy and everything, and looking at the videos. Okay, I like that play. I like that play. I'm gonna add a little something or take a little something out.
Right.
But I'm still doing that. And again, from middle school to high school, you got to look at some of these things to make yourself better. I can't wait for USA Basketball to come back around.
Mm-hmm.
These are the clinics that I love going to. Other than that, Coach, I appreciate you, man.
No, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm thankful to be on this. I'm glad that you guys are giving Division III a platform. You know what I'm saying? We need it. We play some good basketball at our level.
I know you do.
And I definitely think I would like more kids to understand that, like, playing D3 is not a bad thing. You
not at all.
Play college basketball. Not a lot of kids get to do that.
I mean, I have my daughter and Scarlett are down at Penn State, the D3 one at Hazleton. People don't realize that Penn State's D1. I'm like, no. There's smaller ones at D3.
Right, yeah, the Penn State Athletic Conference where they play all the Penn States.
Yeah, and Scarlett's the leading scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Leave Carter Spellman go down there.
And she's playing college basketball, right? Like,
period.
when you're nice, you're nice. It don't matter what level you on.
Exactly.
Like, nice
exactly.
Is nice. It doesn't take away.
Nope, not at all. So, Coach, once again, you and I always got a hotline to each other. That's a minor thing. I appreciate you and everyone who's checking in. You got his numbers. You got his email. Whatever you'll need from Coach Eddie, I'm sure he'll show up.
Word up.
Sure
I ain't hard to find, y'all. I'm out here.
I know you are. Brother, I appreciate you. Everybody else, stay safe. This pandemic is crazy. Be careful. And God bless all the first, the front line. Front line.
Thank you, everybody who's out there every day.
The essentials.
Spence, let's do it again.
Yes, indeed. Y'all take care. God bless. Peace.